Hello and welcome. My name is Nadia your guide to better skin naturally without intervention. I help people understand why their skin ages and how to reverse aging by understanding your biology, adopting the right lifestyle without complicated aggressive routines or sensitivity. In this video, I'm going to need some of you to please participate because there's a point I'm trying to prove and many people don't believe it because of these loud voices in the industry that are pushing people towards these treatments that are damaging the skin. I'll explain. If you're someone that's been diligent with their skincare for many years, especially with retinoids, if you were told to use tretinoin or some aggressive retinoid topically for a long period of time, now your skin is sensitized, it's drier, it's thinner, please use the comments section and share your story to help others. I've been sounding the alarm on this for a long time. I'll explain the science behind why this happens. It cannot be contested. Retinoids help redensify your collagen. Dermatology has shown this very clearly for many decades. Now, here's a question I hear all the time. Why is my skin getting thinner over time even though I'm using retinoids? The answer isn't that retinoids thin the skin. The answer is that collagen production alone does not create thicker, denser skin. There's so much more in play here. Let's talk about what thin skin actually means. When people say they're experiencing thin skin, this often describes a few things. The skin has lost bounce, it's slow to heal, bruises easily maybe, looks kind of translucent, it creases faster. And this is not because of lack of exfoliation, turnover, or renewal. It's a lack of dermal substance. Healthy, thick skin requires 4 things to be happening at the same time. Collagen stimulation, which retinoids can help with, but not when you go too aggressive. Number 2 is cellular energy. 3 is structural building blocks. And 4 is a low inflammation environment. And most skincare routines only address the first one. So here's the good thing about retinoids. They help increase cellular turnover. Let's explain that so we can actually understand it and then get to why they're not enough. New cells are always made at that bottom of the layer, gradually move upwards, mature, and naturally die and shed. This process keeps the skin smooth and functional. Then if we go a layer deeper into the dermis, there are completely different cells that are called fibroblasts, and those are the collagen makers. They slowly produce collagen and other structures that support the skin over time. These are 2 different processes, one at the top and one within the dermis, and they often get confused. Now let's talk about what retinoids actually do. At the surface, retinoids help quicken that process of the cell maturation and cell death. And that's why some people see skin clarity, better tone, less hyperpigmentation, because you are sloughing off those top layers of the skin quicker. Now, in the deeper layer, which is the dermis, retinoids give signals to the fibroblasts to make more collagen quicker. Over time, that may increase dermal thickness. All that makes sense, all sounds really great, but here is the part that gets left out. Collagen can be easily made through supporting internal health, like giving the body your protein, collagen, precursors. I'm like a broken record about that. So you can boost that creation of your collagen without having to resort to powerful retinoids. We can still use more gentle retinoids, so we're sending those signals, but not in an aggressive and powerful way because collagen production is an energy intensive process. Retinoids can go ahead and keep sending those signals to the fibroblasts, but they cannot provide the resources needed to create that strong tissue. For collagen to actually form into resilient skin, the body also needs adequate energy, sufficient protein and amino acids, healthy skin lipids, and low inflammation. If all the others are missing, something very important happens. Skin cells at the surface are turning over, the collagen is getting that signal, but repair remains incomplete. The renewal is happening faster than the repair. So more turnover does not necessarily mean better skin. Turnover only improves the skin when the environment supports repair. There's another piece that's also getting forgotten in dermatology, and that is the fact that vitamin A is inherently drying. As the skin over here speeding up that shedding, it's slowing down oil production. What we need is the balance of the 2, not one much faster than the other. And that's why dryness, tightness, and flakiness are a side effect, a very common side effect of using powerful retinoids. So some young people can get away with those powerful retinoids for a short period of time, but as we age, the skin gets thinner, slow to recover. So when you go with powerful retinoids, you are asking for chronic dryness, which leads to many other skin issues, and dry skin is aged skin. And very often, regular moisturizers or heavy ones do not make up for the skin's ability to moisturize itself naturally, which is lost with powerful retinoids. Now, let's talk about why your skin still feels thin even though you've been using those retinoids, all kinds of skincare for a long time. As we age, our cellular energy declines, our protein synthesis slows down, natural skin lipids reduce. At the same time, low-grade inflammation is very common. Even with retinoids or excellent skincare, these shifts reduce the skin's ability to repair itself, to kind of catch up to the damage. Again, the signal is there, but the repair system isn't. Now, let's talk about how to thicken that skin. Well, first, we stop asking the question, how do I increase cell turnover? Instead, you want to ask, how do I help my skin rebuild properly? And here's how. First, you support cellular energy. Skin cannot rebuild and repair without energy, period. And this is why I am a broken record about red light therapy. It can make a huge difference in your skin. It made a huge difference in mine in 2 months. I posted videos about that. It helps restore mitochondrial function, which fuels that collagen production. Use it 3 to 5 days a week, about 5 minutes. If you have the right panel, make sure to use it on clean skin that has not been freshly exfoliated. Second, you need to provide structural building blocks. There is no way around this. I've seen massive aging in my skin. When I went vegan, I had to go back because it was extremely difficult to get my protein. We are made of protein, so we absolutely need those 9 essential amino acids that our bodies cannot make. So we have to provide them every single day, every single meal. Include in that marine collagen. You're going to need omega-3 fatty acids and other healthy fats like olive oil to help keep those connective tissues hydrated, moisturized, and flexible. Omega-3 fatty acids also reduce the inflammation, which speeds up aging. The lipid barrier is simply the glue that holds our cells together, and that glue is made of 3 different fats. You have to replenish them. When you're using tretinoin and other powerful retinoids, you're destroying them. You're removing all lipids from the surface of the skin. Now there is no protection. You cannot hold water in, moisture escapes. You become more sensitive over time, more reactive. It's a mess. Not worth it. Some of my absolute favorite moisturizers and oils are listed on my website, thebeautydoctrine.com. I know I've critiqued retinoids a lot, but I still love a good over-the-counter retinol with a low concentration. So again, we want those signals. We want to speed up cell turnover while maintaining our moisture. That's really the key. So I recommend gentler formulations like tonic. If you didn't know, I quit corporate America after now it's been 30 years that I've worked in the beauty industry, but I quit in the middle of the pandemic to curate healthy options, to create courses and resources for consumers because I was fed up with the way that things are being done in the beauty industry. Anyways, I digress. You'll find one retinol so far that I found that I use myself. And the reason there's only one so far that I recommend is because I have the most stringent criteria on the market. I go beyond clean beauty. I don't look at just clean ingredients. I don't look at toxicity. I also look at the potential of irritation because clean products are not enough, natural products are not enough. They have plenty of irritants, plenty of essential oils, things that compromise your lipid barrier. So it's a really hard task to try and find products that meet all of my criteria. But I'm looking every day. My team is always looking as well. We actually created a new website called thebeautydoctrinereviews.com. That's why I vet trending products, including clean products. If you go on there, you'll see my opinion on various products that you probably are using right now. Back to thickening that skin. Try to get in the habit of stimulating your skin every single day. What I mean by that is daily massage as well as some facial yoga. Stimulating the skin has so many benefits. You help drain all the lymphatic fluid that's trapped that makes you puffy. You're driving blood flow to the surface. Blood brings nutrients and oxygen to the skin, so it'll be more glowing. You'll be lifting that skin. Our skin always moves forward as our neck muscles tighten and pull down on it. When you're lifting, when you're massaging every single day, upwards and back, you're counteracting the effect of gravity. And it's not just gravity, we blame it, but it's typically all of our facial structures coming forward as our muscles tighten. So we need to go upwards and back. You'll see a big difference when you're consistent. This will not add to the skin density, but it'll make you look firmer and tighter again, because you're minimizing that droopiness that starts happening with time. The other way that you can make your skin appear thicker is to take care of your bone and your muscle. They are the two structures the skin sits on, so we densify the bone and the muscle with exercise. Nothing beats exercise for good firm appearance. Whatever you do, do not get Botox, especially younger in life. If your muscles are paralyzed, they're not moving, they're wasting away, the bone is wasting away. Try to avoid microdermabrasion, chemical peels, anything that's really traumatic for the skin, because collagen building does not happen in an inflamed environment. A lot of the instant gratification that you see, it's really just the swelling post-procedure, but also that temporary boost of collagen that gives you a denser look, but at the cost of that compromised lipid barrier. So here's the final takeaway. Retinoids do help renew and stimulate collagen. However, we don't want to go too aggressive with the skin or too frequent either. And that cannot be our only resource for rebuilding collagen. Focus on diet and supplementation and exercise. Boost your mitochondrial energy, your skin will behave much better, your entire body will behave better. One thing I didn't mention is you can boost your energy with supplements like NMN, NR, NAD, pick one. My top choices again are on my website. In the next video, I'll be explaining why the neck ages faster than the face and what to do about it. I'll be patiently waiting for your stories. Thank you in advance for sharing them. Until the next video, be well, be safe, be beautiful, take care.